Hey troops, spring is finally springing, I think. People are mowing some grass right now, so hey, we'll take that as a win. I'm going to be doing that very, very shortly. Maybe this coming week, we'll see. So I need to get the lawnmower ready. Of course, we have flat tires. Yep, this is severely cheating too. I know, I cheat a lot. I've got a lift and power tools and air tools, etc. This shop was built to put an 18-wheeler in here, and I've had an 18-wheeler in here, and it was built to be able to work on stuff. So anyway, that's a discussion for another day maybe. So I got one blade off. It's getting to be in pretty rough shape. This is an original blade. It's pretty dull. So sharpen it up, throw it back on, and then I'll pop off the other one and sharpen that one up. This is a blade balancer. We'll get to that in just a second. I'm double checking the level on my workbench. I'm slightly downhill going that way. Over that distance, I measured it 1/4 of an inch. So that's going to affect the blade balancer a little bit. Here's what we got. See, this thing moves all around, right? It's a needle on a cup. And with the blade sitting on it, we should have, I'm going to stop the bouncing here, from the same point on the blade, like that corner or this corner, we should have the same measurement. It should be level. It looks like it's lower over here. Over here we've got 7/8 of an inch. Over here we got 2 inches. Give you some closer detail. Notice how it sits on there, right? I'll show you the inside of this gizmo. And you can tell just by looking at it like that, it's off balance. To be in balance, it should look like that. When I let go, notice how hard that left side is dipping down. What this is telling us is this side of the blade is heavier than that side of the blade. So if this thing's on the spindle spinning, it's not going to be in balance. It's going to give you a vibration. Alright, I got it. I didn't have to shave off too much more. So now what we've got, it's still going to look a little weird, because remember, I'm 1/4 inch off in this distance, right? So now if I measure over here, I have 1 1/4 inches. If I measure over here, I have 1.5 inches. Okay, so you're going to say, oh, you're still off. No, I'm not. Remember, we're out of level here, right? So if we took off the 1/8 here, added the 1/8 there, we're going to come out perfect. Doing math is so much fun. I always hated math, especially fractions and all that jazz. But anyway, so now we've got a sharp blade. Is it a perfect blade? No, it ain't a perfect blade. I'm not going to tell you it's a perfect blade, but you know what? It's going to work. So the balancer is nothing more than 2-piece. Pin and cup. That's all it is. It sits on there, then you get those ribs around the cone that the blade sits on, as you see. depending on the arbor and the blade, and however it's designed depends on what rib that's going to sit on. Just get it all on the same rib, let it stop wiggling, and you know, she's going to balance. We can't forget the oil change, got to do that. And here's some good engineering for you. Here's the drain hole, right? And here's the hole that it goes down through the chassis. Over here. Why didn't they put that hole underneath the drain for the block? I don't know. Somebody with an education, as usual. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to come off that far. There you go. Yep, so instead of it just drizzling down through the hole, which would be directly under it, oh no, we get a friggin' mess everywhere. Well, the oil's working on draining. We'll put the new battery in here. The old battery was the original, and come last fall, by the time I shut the thing off here at the house and drove 20 minutes to a lawn that I mow, the thing was dead, so I'd have to jump start it. So it was time for a new one. You know, it's only money, right? This machine has an oil filter on it. Get that changed. That's a tiny little bugger, ain't it? Okay, no problem. We have a tiny little bugger remover right here. There we go. We got her. Oh, yeah. Around here, getting rid of used oil and petroleum products is no problem. So some places, you know, you might have to take it to a recycle center or something like that. For me, it's easy. I've got a 55-gallon barrel over here in the corner, and I just keep dumping it in there. So ATF, brake fluid, oil, whatever. And when the barrel gets full, I load it in the truck with a tractor and I take it out to a guy who's got a waste oil furnace. He's a mechanic, and that's what he uses in the wintertime to heat his shop with, is just waste oil. So he gets it for free and I get rid of it. Ooh. $22 for that little filter. I screwed up during the spring sale and I didn't have this one on my filter list because I'm an idiot. Could have got it cheaper, but oh well. I got a bunch of other filters that I use when they were on sale. All right, that's nice and snug. I know it takes 1 quart, so I don't have to bother trying to measure it. Whoops, trying to measure it out, nothing like that. When I go to town again, I need to pick up a inline fuel filter, which goes right here by the oil fill. It's one thing I don't have on hand, surprisingly. It's just a little gizmo that clips in the fuel line. What do we got here in the air filter? Yeah, she's getting kind of crappy. Guess we can clean that up with the air hose. This thing really doesn't have anything for grease fittings on it, but I think maybe the hubs will check those. So I just gotta grab that oil filter. Sorry, fuel filter. Get some of the grass out from underneath this deck. This thing really doesn't have much in the way of zerks for putting grease in the thing. The spindles, you can't grease those, I don't believe. I don't remember ever greasing them because I couldn't find zerks. You can grease the front hubs. I need to do that. Yeah, everything, you know, just like on vehicles, most everything is greaseless, so it wears out quicker on you and you have to go buy new stuff, right? Shia just grabbing the inline gas filter for it. She's ready to roll. Grass is growing. Maybe someday the clouds will go away and the rainy, drizzly stuff will go away. Maybe, we can mow some grass. See ya.